A new month has arrived, and there's something about stepping into August that makes it worth pausing to look back before rushing ahead. Not to dwell on what's behind, but to genuinely thank God for how faithfully He carried us through every single month that led up to this one. Let's enter His presence together and simply give thanks. Father, as this new month begins, I want to start by thanking You, not asking You for anything yet, just thanking You, because if I stopped right now and looked honestly at my life, I would see Your faithfulness written across every single season of it. Thank You for who You have been to me, not just recently, but consistently, across years I've forgotten the details of, and moments I'll never stop remembering. Lord, I think back over the different seasons my life has moved through, the easy ones and the hard ones, and I don't see a single one where You were absent. There were seasons that felt like spring, full of new beginnings, fresh starts, and answered prayers arriving right on time. Thank You for those seasons, Father, for the excitement of new opportunities and the joy of watching something You promised finally come to life. Thank You for the friendships that formed, the doors that opened, and the hope that felt tangible during those stretches of growth. There were also seasons that felt like summer, full and abundant, where it felt like everything I touched flourished, where provision wasn't just enough, but overflowing, where I could look around and see clear evidence of Your blessing on every side. Thank You for those seasons too, Lord, for the abundance, for the moments of genuine celebration, for the reminder that You are not a God who only shows up in scarcity, but a God who delights in pouring out more than enough. Then there were seasons that felt like autumn, seasons of letting go, seasons where things I held on to tightly had to fall away so something healthier could grow in their place. Thank You for those seasons as well, even though they were harder to be grateful for while I was living through them. Thank You for the wisdom to release what needed to be released, and for showing me, often only in hindsight, that the letting go was never a loss. It was preparation for something better. And then there were seasons that felt like winter, cold, quiet, and difficult. Seasons where nothing seemed to be growing, where prayers felt unanswered, where the waiting stretched on longer than I thought I could bear. Lord, thank You for staying with me through those seasons most of all, because that's where Your faithfulness became the most undeniable. You didn't leave me in the winter. You didn't let the cold season convince me that You had forgotten me. You stayed close, even when I couldn't feel You, and You brought me through to the other side, exactly the way You always have. Father, I want to thank You specifically for Your guidance during the difficult seasons of my life, the ones where I genuinely didn't know which way to turn. Thank You for the moments You made a path where I couldn't see one on my own. Thank You for wisdom that showed up exactly when I needed it, sometimes through Your word, sometimes through a conversation with someone You placed in my life at just the right time, sometimes through a quiet, unmistakable sense of direction that I couldn't explain to anyone else but knew was You. Lord, I think about the decisions I've made that could have gone so differently without Your guidance steering me. Thank You for redirecting me away from paths that would have hurt me, even when I didn't understand the redirection at the time. Thank You for closing doors I was disappointed about in the moment, doors I now recognize would have led somewhere I never should have gone. Your guidance has never once failed me, even in the seasons I couldn't see the full picture. Thank You for being a light to my path when everything around me felt dark and unclear. Father, thank You for Your provision in the times of genuine need. There were moments I didn't know how a bill would get paid, and somehow it did. There were seasons I didn't know how I would make it through financially, emotionally, or physically, and somehow, again and again, You made a way. Thank You for provision that didn't always look the way I expected it to, sometimes arriving through unexpected sources, sometimes stretching what little I had further than it should have reasonably gone. Thank You for teaching me, through those seasons of need, that Your provision was never about how much I had, but about how faithful you were with exactly what I had. Lord, thank you for the seasons where provision came just barely in time, teaching me to trust you one day at a time, instead of demanding to see the whole plan in advance. Thank you for the seasons where provision came early, reminding me that you're not limited by my timeline. Either way, you have never once left me without what I genuinely needed, even in seasons where what I wanted and what I needed were two very different things. Father, thank you for your comfort in sorrow. There have been losses in my life that words still struggle to fully capture, grief that felt like it would never lift, moments where the weight of sadness felt heavier than I thought I could carry. Thank you for meeting me in those moments, not with easy answers or quick fixes, but with a presence that simply stayed close while I processed pain that didn't make sense. Thank you for not rushing my grief, for allowing space for sorrow without demanding I move past it before I was ready. Thank you for the comfort that came in unexpected forms, a friend who showed up at exactly the right moment, a verse that suddenly meant something completely different than it had before, a quiet peace that settled over me in the middle of circumstances that hadn't actually changed yet. Lord, thank you for being close to the brokenhearted, not as a distant idea, but as something I've personally experienced. You didn't watch my sorrow from a distance. You entered into it with me, and that made all the difference in seasons I wasn't sure I would come out of intact. Father, thank you for your strength in weakness, for the moments I had absolutely nothing left to give and somehow still managed to keep going. Thank you for carrying me through exhaustion that felt bottomless, through seasons of burnout I didn't know how to recover from on my own, through moments of physical or emotional depletion where my own strength had completely run out. Thank you for showing me, over and over, that your strength was never dependent on mine being sufficient first. In fact, it was in the exact moments my strength failed that yours became most obvious. Lord, thank you for teaching me that weakness isn't something to be ashamed of in your presence. It's actually where your power gets to show up most clearly. Thank you for the seasons I felt like I was barely holding on, because those were the seasons I learned, more than any other, that you were the one actually holding on to me the entire time. Father, thank you for promises that have never once failed, not one single time, across every season I've lived through. Thank you for being faithful to your word, even in the seasons it felt like nothing was happening. Thank you for fulfilling promises on your timeline instead of mine, and for teaching me, through years of watching it happen, that your timing has never actually been late, even when it felt that way in the moment. Lord, I think about specific promises you made, and specific ways you kept them, sometimes in ways I expected, and sometimes in ways that completely surprised me. Thank you for being a promise keeper in a world full of broken commitments and shifting loyalties. Thank you for demonstrating, through my own life, that your word is something I can build my entire foundation on without fear of it eventually giving way. Father, as I step into this new month, I want to thank you specifically for who you have been across every single year that led up to this moment. Thank you for the faithfulness that carried me through seasons I didn't think I'd survive. Thank you for the guidance that redirected me when I was headed the wrong way. Thank you for the provision that showed up exactly when I needed it, not a moment too early and not a moment too late. Thank you for the comfort that met me in grief I couldn't explain to anyone else. Thank you for the strength that showed up in weakness I didn't know how to overcome on my own. And thank you for promises that have proven true, over and over, in ways I sometimes still find hard to fully comprehend. Lord, thank you for being consistent when everything else in my life has felt inconsistent. Thank you for being the same faithful God in January that you were in July, the same steady presence in seasons of loss that you were in seasons of celebration. Your character has never shifted based on my circumstances, and that consistency has become one of the most stabilizing truths in my entire life. Father, thank you for your patience with me throughout every season, especially the ones where my faith wavered more than I'm proud of. Thank you for not walking away when I doubted, when I questioned, when I struggled to trust you fully in moments that felt too heavy to make sense of. Thank you for staying anyway, for continuing to work in my life even during the seasons I wasn't fully cooperating with you. Lord, I think about the seasons where I couldn't see you working at all, where it felt like my prayers were hitting a silent ceiling, where I genuinely wondered if you had forgotten about me. Looking back now, I can see clearly that you were working the entire time, quietly, patiently, preparing things I couldn't have understood in the moment. Thank you for the seasons of apparent silence that turned out to be seasons of preparation instead of abandonment. Father, thank you for the people you placed in my life during difficult seasons, people who became instruments of your comfort, your provision, your guidance, even when they probably didn't realize the full weight of what they were doing for me. Thank you for community that showed up when I needed it most, for relationships that carried me through seasons I couldn't have carried myself through alone. Thank you for never leaving me to face hard seasons in complete isolation, even in moments I felt profoundly alone. Lord, thank you for the small, quiet mercies that often go unnoticed, the ones that don't feel dramatic enough to point to as evidence of your faithfulness, but that were evidence all the same. Thank you for ordinary days that went smoothly when I needed a break from chaos. Thank you for small kindnesses from strangers that arrived at exactly the right moment. Thank you for moments of unexpected peace that settled over me without explanation. All of it was you, Lord, even the parts I didn't recognize as you until much later. Father, thank you for teaching me, through every season, that your faithfulness was never contingent on my performance. I have not been consistent. I have not always trusted you the way I should have. I have doubted, questioned, and occasionally walked in the completely wrong direction. And yet your faithfulness never once wavered because of my inconsistency. It remained steady because it was never actually rooted in me to begin with. It was rooted entirely in who you are. Lord, thank you for that truth, settling deeper into my heart with every passing season. I don't have to earn your faithfulness. I simply get to receive it, again and again, in every new chapter you bring me into. Father, thank you for the difficult seasons specifically, the ones I wouldn't choose to relive, but that I can now look back on with genuine gratitude, because they taught me things easier seasons never could have. Thank you for the resilience I gained through hardship. Thank you for the empathy I developed through pain that I now get to extend to other people walking through similar seasons. Thank you for the depth of faith that only comes from actually walking through fire instead of just reading about it. Lord, I wouldn't have chosen those seasons, but I'm grateful for who they shaped me into, and I'm grateful that you never once let those seasons destroy me, even when they came close to breaking me. Father, thank you for showing up in ways I didn't expect throughout every stage of my life. Thank you for provision that came through a job I didn't think I'd get, relationships that came through circumstances I didn't plan, breakthroughs that arrived through paths I never would have chosen on my own. Thank you for reminding me, over and over, that your ways are higher than mine, and that the paths I would have chosen for myself were often smaller than the ones you actually had planned. Lord, thank you for guiding me even in the seasons I resisted your guidance. Thank you for redirecting me gently instead of giving up on me the moment I wandered off course. Thank you for patiently bringing me back, season after season, to the path you always intended for my life. Father, as this month begins, I want to carry forward everything I've learned about your faithfulness in the months and years before this one. I want to walk into whatever this season holds with the same confidence I've built through every previous season. the confidence that you have never once failed me, and you're not going to start now. Thank you for a track record I can actually point to, not based on wishful thinking, but based on real moments in my real life where you showed up exactly when I needed you to. Lord, thank you for the comfort of knowing that whatever this new month holds, you've already proven yourself faithful in every kind of season imaginable. If it's a season of growth, thank you in advance for walking through it with me the way you always have. If it's a season of loss, thank you in advance for the comfort you've never once withheld. If it's a season of provision, thank you in advance for meeting the need exactly when it arises. If it's a season of waiting, thank you in advance for the patience to trust your timing instead of demanding my own. Father, thank you for being a God whose character doesn't change with the calendar. The same faithfulness that carried me through last year is the same faithfulness available to me this month. The same guidance that redirected me before is still available now. The same provision that met every need before hasn't run dry. The same comfort that held me through grief before is still just as present. The same strength that carried me through weakness before hasn't weakened with time. And the same promises that have never failed before aren't going to start failing now. Lord, I want to thank you specifically for the ways your faithfulness has shown up in relationships throughout my life. Thank you for family members who stayed loyal through hard seasons. Thank you for friendships that outlasted distance, disagreement, and time apart. Thank you for reconciliation that happened in relationships I thought were permanently broken. Every one of those moments reflects something about who you are, a God who values restoration, who doesn't give up on people, and who works in relationships in ways we often don't fully appreciate until much later. Father, thank you for the ways your faithfulness has shown up in my health throughout different seasons. Thank you for healing that came, sometimes quickly and sometimes slowly, but that came nonetheless. Thank you for strength during illness that felt impossible to endure at the time. Thank you for the ability to keep functioning through seasons my body genuinely didn't feel capable of it. Every bit of that reflects your sustaining grace, active in ways I don't always take the time to acknowledge. Lord, thank you for the ways your faithfulness has shown up in my finances throughout different seasons. Thank you for stretching what felt insufficient. Thank you for opening doors to income I didn't expect. Thank you for teaching me contentment in seasons of less and generosity in seasons of more. Both were lessons I needed, and both came from the same faithful hand. Father, thank you for the ways your faithfulness has shown up in my career and calling throughout the years. Thank you for opportunities that opened at exactly the right time. Thank you for closed doors that protected me from paths that would have led somewhere unhealthy. Thank you for the patience to wait for the right opportunity instead of settling for the first one that came along out of impatience. Lord, thank you for the ways your faithfulness has shown up in my spiritual life throughout every season. Thank you for growth that happened slowly, almost imperceptibly, until I looked back and realized how far you had brought me. Thank you for seasons of spiritual dryness that eventually gave way to renewed passion and closeness with you. Thank you for never giving up on my growth, even in seasons I wasn't fully cooperating with the process. Father, as I reflect on all of this, my heart is genuinely full of gratitude, not because everything has been easy, but because you have been faithful through every part of it, easy and hard alike. Thank you for a faithfulness that isn't dependent on my circumstances staying comfortable. Thank you for a love that has remained constant through every version of me I've been across, every season of my life. Lord, I don't want this gratitude to be a one-time reflection I forget about by tomorrow. I want it to shape how I move through this entire month, remembering, in the middle of whatever comes up, that the God who has been faithful across every previous season is still faithful in this one. Thank you for giving me a foundation solid enough to stand on, regardless of what this month brings. Father, thank you for meeting me here this morning, in this quiet reflection and reminding me of everything you've already done. Thank you for a faithfulness too vast to fully summarize in a single prayer, but real enough that I could spend hours recounting specific moments if I tried. Thank you for guidance that has never truly failed, provision that has never truly run dry, comfort that has never truly been absent, strength that has never truly given out, and promises that have never truly broken. Lord, all glory and all honor belong to you for every bit of it, not because I deserved any of the faithfulness you've shown me, but because that faithfulness reflects exactly who you are, unchanging, steady, and completely trustworthy across every single season of life. In the name of Jesus we pray. Amen. As you step into this new month, carry this truth with you, that the same faithfulness that has carried you through every previous season is fully available to carry you through this one too. Whatever this month holds, growth, waiting, provision, or comfort, He has already proven Himself faithful in every one of those categories before, and He hasn't changed. If this prayer reminded you of God's faithfulness in your own life this morning, take a moment to like this video, subscribe for more time spent reflecting on who He is, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. I'd genuinely love to hear what season of faithfulness stood out to you most, so drop a comment and share where you're watching from today. If someone in your life needs a reminder of God's faithfulness as this new month begins, go ahead and share this with them. Sometimes remembering what He's already done gives us exactly the confidence we need for what's still ahead. Until we gather here again, keep reflecting on His faithfulness, keep resting in His promises, and keep trusting that the God who carried you through every season before this one is more than capable of carrying you through this one too. God bless you.